Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show, where we show you how to buy unwanted vacant land and sell it for more on the internet. I'm Steve Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We are your hosts. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we are the experts in this niche land flipping business.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com. All right, let's get this show started.
Quit your day job with Steve and Jill. Jill, I thought you always said, wait, don't quit your day job yet. What do you mean quit your day job?
Oh my goodness, have I gone off the deep end now?
This is what happened. We're having lunch, and Jill came up with this brainchild called Quit Your Day Job with Steve and Jill. So we decided to do a quick podcast about it and see what you think.
Okay, so here's what's happening. More and more people are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's getting closer and closer. I actually had a person call me today, and the reason he reached out to me today, and it was so great, was because he was in a car accident this morning. It was a fender bender. Everybody's okay, but he was on his way to the office. It's an hour commute, both directions, and he's like, something has got to change.
What's his first name? Because I had a conversation with somebody just like this too, but no car accident.
Ben.
Okay, mine's Patrick.
Okay.
You go first.
All right, so my guy Ben, who we've been talking off and on since, I want to say June or July. I can't remember. Anyway, he's been thinking about making some changes in his life, and he's HR in Dallas and works for a big company. Anyway, he's got this hour commute every day and literally got in a fender bender, rear-ended some people, didn't stand a chance this morning. It was one of those.
Is he a member now?
He is right now.
So okay, good.
Yeah, he is today. And
my guy is too.
Yeah. So Ben reached out to me today and said, all right, I got to make some changes. So this is, you and I have been talking about this off and on, and now, it's good. It's forcing, it's growing into our own new project, which is setting people up to quit their day job. And our way of doing it just happens to be through land / however. There are many different ways that you
what do you think? What else could be a good way? Knitting sweaters?
Yes.
Really?
Sure, why not? Oh, okay. Come on. Do you not watch Shark Tank?
Oh, yeah,
Hello.
Sure. That's a great example.
Okay, I have a really good... come on. We've all
I'm
seen Shark Tank.
I'm going to take notes in my own podcast right now.
Who would have thought the lady that came up with CitiKitty could maybe... You know what that is?
It's what the hell is CitiKitty?
Oh, my gosh. Because Aaron in our office bought this, everyone. This is hilarious. CitiKitty happens to be a Shark Tank child that went bananas, and now she's so popular. She's been showing up on Shark Tank with other products. She figured it out, okay? She's like an awesome entrepreneur. This just happens to be the first thing that got her going. So CitiKitty happens to be a potty training device, so you can teach your cat to pee in the toilet and do everything in the toilet. I'm not kidding. So it's CitiKitty. It's basically something where it's like you put litter in the toilet, and eventually you take it away, and the cat knows to pop up on the toilet seat and do its thing.
Does that work?
Hey, you know what? She's killing it with CitiKitty. I'm not kidding. Aaron in our office bought this thing. And we don't live in the city. She doesn't need it.
That's what everybody says about Land Academy. Does that work?
I know. Okay, so here's my point. The craziest thing, dream it up, might be a niche for people out there enough that, gosh, if you have the right mindset, you have the right tools, you have the right support, you can make it into whatever you want and quit your day job. And like I was saying, ours just happens to be through land, but hey, what sings to you? Dream it up.
The first podcast I ever did on this show and the other Land Academy show was called All My Friends Think I'm a Drug Dealer. And that's what that show's about, because I did quit my job after buying and selling land after about a year. And I was doing great and driving a fast car, and everybody was worried about me. They had a little intervention. They're like, what are you selling? What are you doing on the side that makes you have this lifestyle and you don't have to go to work? And so I told them, and after they didn't believe me for about a half hour, then all they had was questions. Mm-hmm. Like, how do I do it?
Right. Well, and that's, That's what I think. I think what you and I have found that it's one thing to have all the tools in the toolbox, but you still got to show up for work, and you got to get up and advertise your services. I mean, there's so many other things that go around this.
How many hours do you work a day, do you think?
I don't know if I call it work.
That's how I feel.
Do. I'm like,
Jill,
I don't know how to answer
exactly
that question.
how I feel. Exactly.
You know, if anybody followed me around, they would probably think that I work 12 or so hours a day or something. You do. But I really don't look at it like work. It's my life. It follows me. I love it. I'm having a blast. I'm helping people. I am really loving all of our members and seeing their successes. And all it does is fuel me to do more. And that's it.
I have to honestly say that since we released the Land Academy package, you know, it was always on the back burner to write it and get it done and all that. And after we pushed ourselves to do it, 6 months ago, no, maybe a little more than that. Doesn't matter. I had no idea that it would be as successful as it is. And I don't mean financially successful, because it's mildly financially successful compared to what we do in the other stuff, in the real estate. But I just never realized I would get such a kick out of watching people start their own land companies and start making money and stuff and get real excited about it. Same thing with Success Plant. You know, if we didn't start Success Plant, we wouldn't really know about this. All of our members would be doing these deals, and we would just kind of have the Thursday call where we all get on there.
Right.
And that's how we would hear about it. But in Success Plant, they really type, you know, you get a play-by-play, which is, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. And it's easier for sometimes for people to sit and type and verbalize that way. So, yep.
Well, what are the basic steps to quitting your job? What do you think?
Okay. So
this is still a brainstorm, by the way.
This is a brainstorm. So, this is coming. We're going to do this though. This is coming. There's going to be a website. There's going to be a podcast. There's going to be some ebooks. There's going to be all kinds of great things and you know what? This goes hand in hand with what our people are doing right now. So we have pretty much given all of our members have the resources, and they're doing fantastic, building their own empires. Okay. But then what goes with that as well is the mindset. You know, how do I deal with the obstacles that come along? How do I know when the time is right and I'm not crazy because now I'm giving up my health insurance with my company, you know, whatever it is. There's all kinds of little scary things, and there's a lot that goes along with it that, boy, we've done that, been there, done that again. And
so
we
make
can
a
help
plan.
People. Right.
So one of the steps is make a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but wait, so CitiKitty. So we started with that. Research with number one has to be like kind of brainstorm or research, you know, how you think you're going to do this. So
I think there's a couple things. One is what sings to you and what comes naturally to you. That's one thing.
I heard a guy give a talk, and the whole talk was this: forget about your passion. If you have a passion about something, you're never going to make any money in it. Stick to the math.
What? What? Who was that?
I am not exaggerating. I almost fell out of my chair when I was listening to this guy, and he was all angry, and the East Coast angry. He was so.
All right, back up. Having said that, part of that is not crazy. I agree. I mean, there's, you know, you got to definitely have a market for what you're trying to do. There's got to be something, or it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I agree with that. I agree with that. However, I think there's more to it. If it comes easy to you, if it comes easy to you, then it won't be a job. It will be fun, and I think you'll attract more people.
Was this when you quit your job? Was it easy? I mean, did it all come naturally to you, or how did it work?
I apologize. I have a sales call coming in. Sorry. When I quit my day job, it came easy to me.
Tell us the story.
Okay.
Please.
When I quit my day job, I just told this to somebody the other day, and I wish I could remember who it was, but I quit my day job because I was doing too many things at one time. I was doing my day job 100% of the time, and I was doing my other stuff, this stuff, 100% of the time. And you remember it was hilarious. I had computers side by side, and I would wheel over here and do something, and then I'd wheel over here and do something. It was a crack up. And I could handle that a little bit, but then it got to be it was overwhelming. And then, but then I watched losing deals. I lost deals. I lost money.
It cost you money to have a day job.
I'm like, now I'm in trouble. So then I went along with that for a little while. Like I would call in sick and I burned up all my vacation time from my regular day job to devote it to my new job. And then when all that ran out, I'm like, all right, now I got to do something. I mean, and you build up your side thing to the point where it really doesn't make any sense now. And then it's easy, and I had 18 safety things, I had fallbacks. I already had a huge budget. I mean, it's like, I already know I have health insurance paid for the next year. I mean, these are things that people think about. This is a big deal in the real world, especially if you're the main breadwinner and you've got a wife at home and kids. The thought of leaving your job to, be your own boss and have all that responsibility, and heaven forbid you take on employees, that's scary as well. Now you got their livelihood in your hands. There's a lot to think about. So
I didn't tell you this, but I already wrote the basic first draft steps of how to quit your day job down. And you're describing number 2. Make a very intelligent, well thought out plan, because you don't want to get caught with no income or any of that. That's silly. Then it'll fail for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's interesting?
I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
No, it's all good. Well, one thing that was kind of cool is I always had safety nets. You know that. Like I've never left a job that wasn't on fantastic terms. Every job I've left is because I wanted to and I was going to something bigger and better. And everyone always said, oh man, all right, we hate to lose you. Before you go, can you do this for us, that for us, this for us? And if anything changes, please call us. So I know, not, but it's just, I never had to worry because I always knew I had a fallback and I never needed it. But boy, it made the jump even that much easier too. It's kind of like, well, if it all goes sideways, but I knew it wouldn't.
How much money were you making when you told your boss, when you gave your notice?
Oh my! Do you want me to say that?
Yeah, I think why not? Let's be all transparent about it.
It was $65,000.
No, how much money were you making in your new endeavor?
Oh.
So that you were did you just wake up one day and say, what the heck? I'm making twice as much money. What did you say to yourself? What pushed you over the edge? Or did you have a great plan, like our number 2?
Wait, say that again?
Did you have a fantastic plan and you implemented it? Or is this just did you fall butt backwards into the whole thing? And you're printing money.
Fell backwards into it and I was printing money.
We can't teach that.
I know, it's really, I hate to say it.
That's not how you teach this.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's.
Wait. Hey, what's great? I got to share this real quick. Someone called us the car talk of our world.
I know.
And it's so true. And think that's what that just sounded like. So,
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. If you have, you know what, Stephen? This is so good. This is how you know this is real and not rehearsed because I'd have a script and I wouldn't say something wrong.
You didn't say anything wrong. I didn't expect that.
Okay.
Well, so wait, you fell butt backwards. How did you fall butt backwards into this?
With you, Stephen.
Because it was built in.
Getting involved with you.
Yeah. You know what happened, for the record, is we were just chugging along doing great. And then Jill got involved. She took over someone else's job, actually. And it was, our results were, we doubled our sales in 1 month. Thanks. And so that's when I fell butt backwards into it too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It was stale.
It was stale?
Land stay was stale until you breathed some life into it.
Okay, well, you know why? Because it's sung to me. Okay, so here's a big picture for me. If anyone wants to know my story, I'm not new to real estate. It's always been in the back of my mind. One of my very, very first jobs when I was 20, I think it was 19 even when I started, was working for some developers. And my dad was always in real estate, buying and selling. He bought and held a number of properties. Started in Southern California, and then he was doing it in Texas while he was a pilot. For American, and it was always in the back of my mind that this is a good thing. So and growing up in Orange County, I don't know why maybe it's my family. I don't know if it's there, but it just says like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you own real estate.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, I think it's that way everywhere. Yes.
Okay. So when this opportunity came along and I got to get involved with you and everything you were doing, it was like I came home. So maybe that's part of what I'm trying to say here about the quit the day job.
I never knew any of this about you, really.
Thank you. That's good. So maybe whatever your niche is, whatever sings to you, it's something that's probably been in the back of your mind forever, and you just need a little extra push to get going on it. And maybe it's real estate, maybe it's not real estate. Maybe real estate will get you funded so you can do whatever you want to, by the way.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So if this is not necessarily your thing, but it's going to get you to where you want to be, why wouldn't you?
We have members who were adamant before they contacted us about flipping houses. And I know people that make tons and tons of money flipping houses. Dennis. He lives the lifestyle that we all aspire to, our friend Dennis. Mm-hmm. And but so a lot of these people that came to Land Academy, they want to flip houses, and we said, look, that's great. I think you should flip houses, but before you do that, why don't you flip some land, because it only costs about $1,000 to get into the whole thing, and you can double and triple and quadruple your money. Mm-hmm. And so that's what they're doing. They've got a land business and they have a house flipping business.
Exactly. And you know what's funny about that? I bet it's interesting. I know this. The ones that do this on the side, this is just a quiet little thing, the land thing running quietly so they can sleep well at night in case those other deals aren't coming along. Right. And,
I don't know if it's going to lead to CitiKitty. I'm not sure I agree with that.
Exactly.
There might be a different mindset. I've never understood, for the record, I shouldn't even say this on the first podcast in this whole show. I've never understood these little devices like the Shark Tank kind of products where I guess you make a product, and make it as cheap as you can. And then you hook up with somebody who has all the distribution channels like Bed Bath & Beyond or whatever. You get the product in there and sell the heck out of it, make a ton of money, then start the next product, I guess, right?
I know, like QVC or whatever those things.
Do you have a bunch of products in your back pocket?
Not at all.
I don't either. That doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not going to reinvent this cup right here. I am not going to do it, but a lot of people like to do this.
So number one, research what sings to you, I guess.
Yeah, and I won't. There's a lot of things I'm not going to be your competition
CitiKitty's not going to. Yeah. Wasn't there some product that puts you on a toilet properly or something?
I was just going to say that.
What the hell is that? What is that? What the hell is Squatty Potty?
Apparently I watched too much Shark Tank. That's what we've learned.
What could that possibly be?
Quit your day job with Steve and Jill and don't sit home and watch Shark Tank all the time like Jill does. Because I love that show. Anyway, we might have our own version of that. That's another thing. But anyway, so
what's the product?
I'm not even going to describe. Do you really want me to describe?
Yeah.
I'm not going to describe.
Oh, you can't just say
this.
it
This
now.
is G-rated. Just kidding. It's a step stool. We'll just leave it at that.
For old people?
No, it's for everyone. When you look at the way we are in the West and the way that we do some of our day-to-day things and the way they do it in other countries, they don't have some of the health issues. I'm trying to dance around it here. People who know what this is know what I'm talking about. They don't have some of the health issues that we have, and they're relating a lot of it to not having a device such as this when you go to the bathroom.
Okay. I just cheated. I looked it up on the internet.
Please don't.
It positions you.
Yes.
It positions you. It puts your body physically in a better position to make the bathroom experience more efficient.
Are we really having a
is that what that is?
About this?
Squatty Potty.
Okay.
What the heck?
Do you know all it does is make me want to do? It makes me want to come up with a funny name like stuff. Because if it's Squatty Potty and CitiKitty, maybe we should have a
Landy Caddy.
Landy Caddy. There's gotta be something. Gotta be some good play on words.
Candy Landy Caddy.
Yeah. Job, bye.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Day job, bye. That's it.
It's like Honey Boo Boo.
Oh gosh. Okay, now it's going south really fast.
All right, so anyway. I think it's we'll launch this thing. It's not going to take long. Quit Your Day Job with Steve and Jill. Mm-hmm. We got to get a lot more organized. I wonder if this podcast will ever air.
This one we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to air. We're going to air it tomorrow. Maybe today. Oh, that podcast, the whole news show.
No. This episode. I wonder if this is episode 0 of Quit Your Day Job podcast, or if it's appropriate for Land Academy. Cash flow from land.
I think it's appropriate for Land Academy. We're just going to put a big warning on it.
This is a battle I've already lost, I can tell.
I think it should be both. Can we do both?
Sure.
Okay, if you don't want to, you don't have to.
No, we can. Of course.
Like that. All right.
I guess if everybody's laughing, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Worst thing that happens is the 3 people that listen to the show just turn it off.
I can talk about real estate.
Okay, yeah, save it. Save the episode.
All right, here we go. I'm trying to kill a deal right now. I am actively trying to kill a deal. It's one of my A-list buyers, and we are not on the same page with what he wants to pay and what I want to sell for. And I know I can go out and market this my way and make double what he's offering me at wholesale prices. So I threw it out there saying, here's a deal. I'm just going to throw it to him with what I really want to sell it for, because I know he's going to go, no, thank you, and Jill, and pass kind of thing. But he didn't. I'm like, what the heck?
It's because everybody loves Jill.
Dude, and there's 19 properties
they
involved.
They don't want to disappoint you. Really? 19 properties?
There are 19 total properties involved. Right now, I'm only talking about the first round of 6. So, and I'm totally serious. I'm not even talking about the rest of them yet, because I've got some work to do with that. Anyway, so the first round of 6, I really have a good way to sell them that I really would rather do and make more money. And so anyway, I threw it out there to him, and we're going to talk after our ambition call today, because I did not scare him off. I'm like, doggone it. I really thought he was going to get mad and do whatever. He's like, no, then let's talk. I'm like, okay. Here's
a slice of insight because I used to be an investment banker. Here's a little slice of insight of what's going on with this guy. We used to round up little companies that are generating, I don't know, $5, $10, $20 million. And we used to tee them up and sell them to publicly traded companies for way more. Because publicly traded companies on the stock market, they have to release really good news every quarter, and they have to keep growing. That's why you hear crazy things like McDonald's is expanding into Ghana or whatever. They're all publicly traded companies have to continue to grow. So you can either organically grow, which is spread your way into Ghana, or you can buy Chipotle through acquisitions. So organic or acquisitions. This guy's out of inventory, clearly. Mm-hmm. He's a little bit desperate, mm-hmm. and he's willing to pay way more than he usually pays you. And that's a good position to be in as a seller. So I say go for triple.
Yeah, well, and when we talk, it's hilarious. So, okay.
You just fell asleep with that little investment banking thing, didn't you?
I did. I tuned out.
Did you really?
When you say investment banking, it's like all of a sudden my brain shuts down.
CitiKitty's a blast, but investment banking, no way.
That's not what sings to me.
What sings to you, Jill? What sings to you besides, you know what I've always said? Jill's only truly really happy when she's on vacation.
That's not true.
She has about 3% responsibility in life right now, but she really wants it to be 0.
Dude, I walk around happy all the time. You know that's true.
Jill's Zero Responsibility. That's the name of the podcast on this new show. How to get to 0 with Jill.
How to have so little responsibility and let everyone know. No, we hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
Landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.